Main character's mom, when she sees the male lead, she turns to her son and goes, "That's his other father, isn't he?" And he goes, "No, he's not. I'm his father." And she's like, "Yes, but he's the other father. You should tell him." And the main character refuses to. Even when the male lead brings out the horse, the mom points out, "Oh, you don't think he should be a dad? Like, he got his son a literal horse." And the main character is like, "No, because he's not the dad." And he refuses to, because he knows if he admits to the fact that his son has another father, he has to admit that he's an Omega, which will not be great for him. Because again, this is an Omega-verse, and Omegas do not have it great. He doesn't want to be acknowledged or seen as an Omega. He wants to only be seen as a Beta. So yes, that is why he keeps refusing to acknowledge that he has another father for his child. So this woman, she ain't letting it go. She wants them to spend time with their son. So she gets them to have dinner with him. At first, the main character was going to refuse, but the male lead's like, "Yeah, we'll have dinner with you." So they have dinner with him. And this woman is wrapped around the male lead's finger. She absolutely adores him just as much as his son absolutely adores him. So they're sitting down looking at photos of the main character when he was a child, and the male lead realizes they only go up to a certain time. And like I said, the father took off with his son, leaving the mother not being able to connect with her son after 10 years old. Like, she tried following them, but at a certain point, she couldn't keep following them. And he made sure, or at least the stepfather he remarried made sure, that the main character had no connection to his kid. Like, the mom didn't have any connection to the main character. I know she remarried, but her current husband has passed away. So yes, she wasn't able to see the main character until he showed up 3 years ago with a baby in his arms. And the male lead questions who the mom is, and I had remembered the mom not knowing her son was an Omega and could produce a child, and thought there was another mother in the picture. But I now know why I remember that. Is because when he questions her who the mother is, she goes, "Oh, I don't know who the mom is. Like, I just know my son showed up." So yeah, she does inform the male lead that her son is an Omega and that he had given birth to the son, and that there's another father and not another mother. Like, the male lead assumes. Like, she's keeping her mouth shut over this part. But yeah, she doesn't know, or at least the male lead, she tells the male lead she doesn't know what the main character's been up to for the past decade or so when she hasn't seen her kid. So the male lead, even though he's oblivious when it comes to the main character being the Omega who he despises, and that the kid is his kid, he also picks up that things are suspicious with the main character. Like, he picks up that stuff. Like, when he's given the report about the main character from his right-hand man, he was suspicious about the things. And now hearing the main character's mother talk about the main character, he's also starting to get really suspicious and thinks that there's more going on with the main character refuses to acknowledge, especially since the main character's on the run. And it doesn't look like the main character's mother knows about this part. Yes, she gets moved around a lot, but she probably assumes that it's work, or she knows about the fact that the main character is on the run, and she's keeping this fact from the male lead. Like, I'm not sure which one it is, because I am a little confused. But yes, the male lead is suspicious. The male lead, he's not the only one suspicious. The other person who's suspicious is his first right-hand man. He has two of them, and this dude, he's suspicious of the kid. He sees this kid looks exactly like the male lead, like I said before, and he thinks this kid is related to the male lead or is the male lead's kid. And he knows the male lead will not be pleased if he finds out that he has a child out of wedlock. He doesn't even want kids. He makes sure that he does not have a kid. He makes sure to do all the steps to make sure he does not have a kid with anyone he sleeps with. And if anyone claims they're pregnant with his kid, he has them take a paternity test. And obviously this paternity test will fail, and they're thrown with the fishes, and the kid is left without parents. Yes, he does this. So people don't go to him claiming they have his child. So this dude, he goes and tests the kid behind the male lead's back. He gets the test results back, except when he's about to check the test results, someone breaks in, beats him up, and steals off with the test results. Like, he loses his wallet, his watch. He doesn't care about those two, but he wants that test result back. So he chases after the dude. They get into a physical oscillations. Like I said, he ends up bedridden, typically emotionally wise, not physically wise, because he lost the test results. If it comes out to anybody else that the male lead has a child, it's his head. Like, he's terrified. He's worried. And he wants to tell his boss, and he tries telling his boss, but he doesn't get the ability to tell his boss about the fact that the main character's kid is his kid. I'm pretty sure that the person who attacked the first right-hand man was the main character, but when the second right-hand man tells the main character acts like he didn't even know about it. So it's probably because the main character is a really good actor, or he does not know it, because why would he be worried about test results? Yes, he saw the second man hand over something to the first right-hand man and said that they could use it for testing when at the party, but at the same time, he didn't think it was about testing his kid to the male lead. So why would he care about stealing the test results? Especially when I guess he doesn't realize the male lead is his baby daddy, or does he know that the male lead is his baby daddy? I am not sure. I am confused about that part of the story. But yes, I'm pretty sure the male lead was the main character was the one who attacked the first right-hand man to get the test results, but at the same time, I don't think it is him. It could have been somebody else, and now somebody else knows that this child is the male lead's child. So the contract the male lead had the main character sign, there was another thing added to the contract, which was that the main character had to spin the male lead's ruts with him, and the main character's terrified for 2 reasons. One, because he's an Omega and his heat will be activated by the male lead's rut, and the male lead doesn't know he's an Omega. He thinks the main character is a Beta. And 2 is because alphas' ruts are dangerous. Regular alphas need 4 to 5 people, Omegas and Betas, to spin their ruts with them. And even then, will put the Omegas and Betas' lives at risk. So high dominant alphas like the male lead are dangerous. And the male lead refuses to have anyone but the main character with him during his ruts. So he's putting himself and the main character in danger. Because again, how dangerous is ruts if you need 4 or 5 people to spend it with you? That you can't satisfy your urges and desires. How much of a life risking are you putting yourself and others through ruts? Reading this story in this Omegaverse version, I don't want to be an alpha. That sounds dangerous as hell. I don't want to risk my life and everybody else's lives. Ruts sound horrible. The male lead was gone for a week to spend it with his grandfather, and so the main character owes him 2 weeks worth of Devil's Tango, and so he set up in Valley, and they're gonna have a date moment together. He gets to spend quality time with the main character, and at first he doesn't like the Valley that he rented, but once the main character saw it, the main character's very pleased with it, so he's pleased with it. And he's telling his first right-hand man about his date plans, and the dude's like, date? You guys think you're dating? He's thinking this in his head, because you have the main character tied to him with a contract. This isn't dating. He's just your partner in a contract. You guys aren't really dating. And he wants to tell the main character this, but he's unable to tell the main character this. Though the main character is pleased with the Valley, he thinks he's just there to pay up his 2 weeks of Devil's Tango, but when the male lead is showing that he wants to be affectionate, romantic, go out to eat, he's starting to get very anxious, very, very wary. He feels enclosed. He wants to get out of there. He wants to finish his business and leave, which the male lead calls him cold for it. They go out on a date dinner, and someone ruins that date dinner, a drunkard who falls on their table. He curses the main character out when the main character tells him coldly to leave. And so the male lead's like, okay, you're not going to listen to my husband. So he physically abuses this dude to enforce this dude to leave. And it terrifies the servers at the restaurant, and then they leave the restaurant afterwards because the male lead's stomach was ruined over it.